All right, today's deep dive is really looking at the words affect and effect. So it's a vocabulary deep dive. I have up here some words that are similar, similar in sound, like further and farther, accept and accept, roll and roll, than and then. But I want to talk about how these words are actually quite different. If you look at farther, F-A-R-T-H-E-R, it means to go to or at a greater distance of physical space. Like, do we have to drive much farther? And further means to or at a greater distance for figurative distance, meaning it's not physical, it's just this concept idea of something going much longer. Like, I want to discuss your ideas further. Just means we're just going to discuss more. It's going to be a length of time, but it's not a physical distance like farther. Except with an A means to receive or to give approval to. So I do have these in case you want these. To accept or to receive or give approval to. So like if you give me a gift, I accept it. Except with an E, it's with the exclusion of or other than. So it's like there's 10 things listed and I like 9, but not the 10th one. So it's all but one. So I'll accept the 10th one. So I've excluded one of them. ROLL is to move by rotating. So like you've got a ball and I'm rolling it down the hallway. It just means that it's going, over and over again. It's rotating on an axis. Or ROLE, it's a part or played by an actor or some expected behavior. So like, what was your role in the argument? What was your role or part in a play? And then than and then, you have THAN, so it's to introduce the alternative or comparison, like I'd rather have chocolate than vegetables. Or THEN is at that past time or next. We typically use those words in transitions or whenever you're writing formal essays, like next we did this, then we did this. You kind of noticed why are they because they sound so familiar. One of the reasons that they're commonly misused is because they sound almost identical. Some of them have similar meanings. Some of them sound the same but have nothing in common, and some of them are just the opposite of what we're doing. So we call these, when they sound the same but spelled different, mean different, they're homophones. I want you to look at these two sentences here because we're looking at the word effect and effect. So effect with an E and effect with an A. So if you got how do literature and art illuminate the effects of World War I, and then the violence soldiers witnessed during World War I affected every aspect of their lives. So I wanted you to look at these two sentences. Can you infer? Can you deduct? I can't talk today. Can you come up with a way of how affect and effect are different? What makes them different in definition and purpose? You don't necessarily have to tell me the type of word they are, like if they're a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb, but I just want to know, can you kind of come up with what's their difference as far as definitions? Hopefully, if you're looking at effect with an E, it is a noun. So it's something produced or brought on by something else. So think of like cause and effect. This happened, and because this happened, this is the result. This is the consequence. So if you punch somebody in the face and then you get suspended because your cause, because you punched somebody in the face, the effect with any your consequences to be suspended or beat up or whatever else comes of you fighting. The affect is a verb, so it's only a verb. It has to be the influence or cause of change in or have an impact on. So an influence. So me kind of whispering or changing up a chemical or whispering in someone's ear, even though I have some sort of influence on them, that is what has caused the change in behavior or has changed the outcome of something a little different. I do want you to notice that effect with an E is always, always, always a noun. even though you're thinking, I can't physically touch it. Remember, it's a concept, it's an idea. Those are things that it's not a concrete noun, it's an abstract noun. And then effect with an A is a verb. So I want you to, in your notebook, try to write 2 sentences, just 2 sentences. You only have to use one for effect with an E. See if you can use it correctly. It has to be a complete sentence, and there better be some capitalization and punctuation. So I want you to try to use effect with an E correctly in a complete sentence, and then write another sentence using affect. If you're stuck, if you're not really sure on the difference of how each one is used differently, by all means, go Google something, a definition, some examples. I'm not saying do that to get out of the assignment, but if you're really stuck on the difference between effect and affect, then I don't want you to sitting there and be like, I can't do this. I'd rather you go get some help than sit there and not do anything. And then when you're done, you're kind of done for today. So I will see you tomorrow.